A shelf full of choices looks generous, until you have to pick. You only wanted one jar of jam, but now every label creates a new question: cheaper or better, familiar or interesting, healthy or delicious, small jar or family size. At first, it feels like freedom. Then it starts to feel like work. The more you compare, the more possible mistakes appear. Sometimes the easiest escape is not choosing at all. This is not limited to supermarket shelves. Delivery apps ask what to eat. Streaming platforms ask what to watch. Online shops ask you to compare models, reviews, colors, discounts, and delivery times. Bigger decisions do the same thing: which class to take, which skill to learn, which job to pursue, which future to build. Options can be valuable, but attention is limited. When everything looks almost right, choosing can feel like a never-ending test. One choice can quietly split into dozens of smaller choices. A simple purchase becomes price, quality, size, taste, timing, reputation, and risk. None of these comparisons is impossible, but together they create friction. Online, the friction grows because there is always another filter, another ranking, another review, another tab. Research can help, but it can also become a loop. Instead of getting closer to the answer, you may only be building a bigger maze. Too many choices also change what happens after the decision. With only 2 or 3 options, it is easier to accept what you picked. With 20, the unchosen options keep hanging around in your mind. Maybe another one was smarter. Maybe another one was cheaper. Maybe another one would have made you happier. Choice is useful, but every visible alternative can become a small invitation to second-guess yourself. Inside most decisions are 3 different burdens. First, you need information: what is actually different? Second, you need comparison: which difference matters most? Third, you carry responsibility: once you choose, the result feels like yours. For dinner, that burden is small. For a phone, apartment, major, job, or career path, it can feel much heavier. Freezing is not always laziness. Sometimes it is the brain trying to protect limited attention. The solution is not to remove every option. It is to create a smaller, usable field. Before shopping, set a budget and 3 must-have features. Before watching something, decide whether you want comfort, learning, or background noise. Before a bigger life choice, name the few conditions you cannot compromise on. Boundaries are not the opposite of freedom. They stop freedom from turning into chaos. There is a big difference between searching forever and choosing well enough. The endless search says, one more review, one more opinion, one more list. The good enough strategy says, narrow it to a few real candidates, set a deadline, and move. It may not find the perfect answer in the entire world. But many decisions do not need perfection. They need something that fits, works, and lets life continue. So more choice does not automatically mean more freedom. Freedom needs options, but it also needs limits you can handle. Whether you are choosing jam, a show, a phone, a class, or a career direction, start with 3 questions. What do I actually need? What matters most? How much time is this worth? When you shrink the maze and give the decision an endpoint, choosing becomes less about perfection and more about moving forward.